Ladies and gentlemen, in today's talk, I'll be talking about what is happiness, what is difference between wandering mind and focused mind. I'll be talking about conscious mind and subconscious mind. I'll talk about what is the power of subconscious, how subconscious mind is formed. Let's discuss one by one. You know, subconscious mind, it plays vital role to form our personality. How does it form? It is in a continuation, it is in a continuous form, and it is keep on recording. Whether you move here or there, wherever you move, it keeps on recording data. It is now up to you how you want to feed your subconscious mind. If you deliberately feed good data in your subconscious mind, it will be very useful. Otherwise, it will be recorded by environment, surrounding, and people you are surrounded. If we understand subconscious, I will give you this analogy. So here is a glass in front of you. See this glass. This glass, it is a full with water. Here is a water in the glass. You see, if you pour water in the glass, definitely it will give you water. If you pour milk in this glass, it will provide you milk. If you fill juice in this glass, definitely it will give you juice. So it's totally up to you how you fill this glass. This glass is in front of you. It's full of water, and now you can consider, if we just measure it from bottom to this neck, it is your subconscious. So this neck, you see your blue circle over here, it's your conscious. This is your conscious mind, and from this to bottom, it's your subconscious. So your subconscious, it's leading you here and there. Whatever you decide, whatever you're doing, you are doing in fact on the basis of your subconscious. You born in a society where people talking about negativity, they are filled with a robber kind of idea. All the time they are talking about stealing something, going for robbery, teaching some negativity, and the people, they are lapular, just negative. What will happen? Your subconscious will be formed like a negative person. It's not your fault, but the people surrounding you, they will form your subconscious. So once you understand this NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, it will help you how to form new habit. Today, I have around about 40 students in my class. I get 6 best students. They are performing well. They are doing best work in the class. I just got them out. I call them one by one. You tell me how many hours you study. You tell me how many hours you study. So the student, they are intelligent enough. All the time they are studying. They are giving best. They are showing good result. They are giving me good output. When I talk to them, how many hours do you study? Ali, how many hours you study? Hasnan, how many hours you study? Ali tells me, I am studying round about 10 hours. Hasnan told me, I study round about 8 hours. The student, they're not performing well. When I talk about them, how many hours do you study? They tell me that we only study 2 hours, but not concentration. with concentration. Another student I asked, he's not good student, not performing well, not showing me good result. I asked him, how many hours do you study? He said, only 1 hour. So this is the reason, my dear. If some student, some people, they are performing well, they are doing well, look their activity, look their way of living, look how they behave, how they talk, how they sleep, how they react, how they respond, how they do work. So once you observe their activity, you will come to know they are following some pattern or models, they are, or habits, they are forming their subconscious, they are forming their personality, and ultimately they are performing well. When an intelligent student, he studies, or he reads summary, he reminds lessons, it takes data from subconscious, because subconscious is already filled with vocab, with mental lexicons, with good informations. Already these idea information, it is residing, because they've been studying for quite a long time. They've been studying, and they're stuffing and filling their subconscious with good vocab and good data, good information, good pragmatic and practical knowledge in their mind. What happens? They take data from subconscious, and they keep on writing. Even they are writing 2 page, 3 page, up to 20 page, they can write easily. But the student, they are not in the habit of reading something, they're not in the habit of doing something productive. It is hard for them to read, to write 2 page, even 1 page, they are unable to write, because they are not filling their subconscious with productive things, with good vocab. They're not improving their mental lexicon, they're not getting good vocab, thesaurus, dictionary, and like literal meaning. They are not improving themselves. So ultimately they have to take data from subconscious. So in a class, I come to know student, they are studying well, student, they stuff their subconscious with productive thing, with good vocab, good idea, good knowledge, and they are giving sufficient time to study. They are performing well. So the weak student, they should take them as a model. Then I use modeling technique from NLP. NLP helps me to improve my student. So now I have used 5-6 students, they are performing well, as a model for those students they are not doing good work. I take their model at what time they get up early in the morning, and when they get up early in the morning, what they do. They say that, sir, we study, get up early in the morning, offer prayer, and after that we study. Then after studying, we are coming to class. Over there we are appearing in the test, then go to tuition, then we are sitting and writing something, reminding something, and after making practice, then I take the model and I used the modeling technique from NLP. I give this model to weaker student. I say that you have to follow this pattern. By following this pattern, you will also feed good stuff in your subconscious. So our subconscious help us to improve, to grow. So whenever weaker student, they ask from their conscious mind, because subconscious mind, it needs logic, it needs reason. So this just like this circle, blue circle, you can say that this blue circle is our conscious mind, and from this to bottom, it is all our subconscious. This is conscious mind, and this is from this to bottom, it is our all subconscious. Whenever this mind, whenever it wants to send information to this subconscious, it needs logic. For example, student not studying all the time. Whenever he is going to remind summary, or he needs to study something, it takes info from conscious mind. Conscious mind say that you are unable to study, because since you are not stuffing your mind with good data, good vocabulary, good information, good knowledge, practical knowledge, empirical knowledge, rational knowledge, how are you going to write something? So here, once it takes information from conscious mind rejects. You are not able to study. Don't study. You are unable to study. Since you are not studying, you are not stuffing your subconscious with good data, you are unable to study. Don't study. Student does not study. At the same time, student, they are stuffing good mind with good ideas, practical information, knowledge, vocab. Once they ask from the conscious mind, I want to remind this essay up to 3800 words. I want to write a 3800 word, 4000 word on this topic. Instantly, auto suggestion come, you can write. Since student is working all the time, giving good time, giving sufficient time to study all the time, feeding good data in his subconscious, in her subconscious mind, so he or she can write easily, because information is already in subconscious and auto suggestion comes through subconscious, and ultimately he or she writes. But the student, they are not giving sufficient time to study. They are unable because logical mind does not allow them to do something. Research shows our body per second our body send around about 11 million bit to our brain. But our conscious mind only reduces it and only receives or process 50 bit per second. So look, our body is giving 11 million bit to our brain, but our conscious mind only takes 50 bits per second, receiving 11 million bits per second and only processing 50 bits. To what extent our conscious mind is reducing, deleting, generalizing information? Our subconscious mind, it give you illness. It give you illness. It can put you in trouble, anxiety, depressions, and tensions. It cause you, but at the same time, your subconscious mind is having power to heal you as well. And make it sure there is a difference between mind and brain. Mind is related to imagination, feeling, nostalgia, stream of consciousness, imagination, thoughts, all are your mind. It's like a software. But brain is like a hardware. It's a physical organs residing in your head. Brain is a physical organ that resides in your head, while mind is like a software. It's imagination, it's a thought, it's your intelligence, it's your intellect, it's your nostalgia, it is your stream of consciousness, whatever in the form of software, it is your mind. And mind consists of three parts. As Sigmund Freud in his psychoanalysis theory, he points out three parts of mind: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. But we divide into conscious and subconscious. We can say the subconscious, it consists of 90% of your mind and 10% your conscious, as I have already told you with this analogy. So this is your conscious mind and this is your subconscious. Whatever you have in the class, you will be receiving. If you have filled it with hatred, with jealousy, with negativity, you will give negativity to society. Once you fill it with love, with happiness, with compassion, with empathy, with sympathy, with love, with altruism, with good philosophy, and you develop your psychology, You will give happiness. You will give goodness. You will provide productivity, creativity, critical thinking. You will healing other. You will developing other. You will develop mind of the people. So it is our duty to fill it with good thought, good emotion, good feeling, good idea, productive idea, love, peace, harmony, integrity, goodness, empathy, sympathy, truthfulness. So these things we need to fill our glass so that we give goodness to society. It all depends upon us how we are going to fill our glass. Society, community, they ultimately give you if you're not filling your brain with good thought. Your physiology, your philosophy, your psychology, they should be on same page. Once it is in balanced form, you will enjoy your life. Some people, they are not having balance in their physiology and philosophy and psychology. What happens? Their psychology is somewhere else, their physiology is somewhere else. So there is there is no balance. They're not enjoying good health. There are two brothers. One is dying at the age of 50, but one is enjoying good health even at the age of 80. What's the difference? No scientist, neurologist, and psychiatrist, they are agreed on this point. There's psychosomatic disease. Psycho mean psychology, brain, and somatic mean your body. So body, ultimately whatever you think in your brain, it affects your body and it gives you various disease. If your subconscious is giving you disease, I believe your subconscious has a power to heal it back once you learn this NLP skills. We on our channel, the ESL Academy, we are teaching our student NLP techniques. What is presupposition? We'll be teaching you about presuppositions. We'll be teaching you about anchoring technique. We'll be teaching you about reframing. We'll be teaching you about visualization. We'll be teaching you about how data enters in your brain. Data enter through your brain in the form of verbal or non-verbal. Whatever you communicate, you speak something, it's a verbal form. But whatever you giving through gesture, your posture, pause, rhythm, and in the form of facial expressions, these are the non-verbal. So data entered through verbal and non-verbal. So that's how neuro-linguistic programming works. If you join our academy, we'll be teaching you about how data visually enters in our brain, how through kinesthetic way it enters, how through visualizations, auditory form data enters in your brains. So we enter data in our brain through eyes, through speaking, in the form of visuals, in the form of sight, in the form of touch, in the form of sound, in the form of hearing. So all these factors put together, they are giving data to our brain. This way we pattern our life. It gives pattern to our life. And whatever pattern we form in our brain, in our mind, it's very easy to run on this path. Now we have another technique, neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity says that our mind is not static organ, rather it is changing. Since you are listening to me, you are having some changes in your brain. It has changed to great extent. So it is gradually changing when you're listening to somebody, when you're seeing something. So it has neuroplasticity. 100 billion cells, they are functioning in your brain. It is an evolutionary process. It's evolutions of 70,000 years evolutionary process. Our brain having 100 billion cells, they are performing their functions. They are continuously growing and forming your thought. Stay connected with the ESL Academy and learn NLP skill. anchoring, presupposition, visualizations, and framing, meditations, mindfulness, all will be taught on our channel, the ESL Academy. Stay blessed and have a nice time.